Good morning, Unity San Antonio. It's so good to be back. How's everyone doing this morning? Great. All right. Well, let's go ahead and open up with some music together.
There is just one presence, just one light, shining in the world like a beacon in the night. There's just one power we all can share, one great power everywhere. One great power, one great love, big as the ocean and the skies up above. One great spirit waiting in prayer, one great power everywhere. There is one great power everywhere. Just one purpose, just one spark, burning in our souls like a candle in the dark. Just one chorus we all can sing, one great power, let it ring. One great power, one great love, big as the ocean and the skies up above. One great spirit waiting in prayer, one great power everywhere. There is one great power everywhere.
One great power.
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 one great power, one great power, one great power everywhere. There is just one presence, just one light, shining in the world like a beacon in the night. There is just one power we all can share, one great power everywhere. One great power, one great love, big as the ocean and the skies up above. One great spirit waiting in prayer. One great power everywhere. There is one great power everywhere. There is one great power everywhere.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Gary. I'm subbing a little bit for Tammy today. She's with a group of our YOUers in Oklahoma at a rally, and I'm told they left at 5 o'clock this morning. Somebody'd have to pick me up and put me in the back if they were leaving at 5 o'clock this morning. Kiddos, come on up. Who else we got this morning? Everybody's here. All right. Let's see. James, you're my volunteer, right? Come on, buddy. You ready? Okay. So, this is a call and repeat prayer. On the screen you will see, and this young man is going to repeat after us. You ready? Okay.
I got a wife.
There you go.
God is light.
Yeah, please. I don't know why. Say, I am light.
I am light.
Very good.
God is joy.
I am joy.
I am joy.
God is love.
I am love.
I am love.
God is beauty.
I am beauty.
God is peace.
I am peace.
God is power.
I am power.
All these things God is, I am.
All these things. Say, all these things.
All these things
I am.
I am.
There's a blessing together for our teens.
Children and teens, we know who you are. You are the light of God. We love you, we bless you, we celebrate you, and we see you doing great things.
Okay. We have one for parents. Ready?
can feel God's mighty power and grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the One is in this place.
There we go. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Everyone survived the Spurs game yesterday? I'm so sorry. Shall we open with prayer? I invite you to make yourself comfortable, whatever that looks like for you. The divine presence is the infinite wisdom that encompasses all right action and perfect unfolding. The creative power of life is pure love expressing as guidance, is the internal intelligence that knows the perfect way forward in every moment. Divine presence is the sacred harmony that aligns all things with their deepest purpose and greatest fulfillment. I am intimately connected with this divine presence, sharing in its infinite wisdom and boundless love. The same perfect guidance that flows through all creation moves through my consciousness and heart. And as I know this to be true of myself, I know it to be true of everyone here in this sanctuary and online with us today. Everyone here is equally united with this same divine presence, each one an expression of its highest good, each one infused with its perfect wisdom and loving intelligence. The sacred harmony that is the very nature of this creative power flows through every person here, aligning them with their deepest truth and greatest blessing. I know that divine wisdom illuminates our choices. Love guides our actions, and gratitude fills our awareness of life's countless blessings. We move through this day as clear channels for the creative power of life to express its perfect good through and as us. And as this truth settles deep into the marrow of my bones, gratitude rises and fills my heart. And so, with complete trust and peaceful surrender, I release these words into the loving embrace of divine presence, knowing that what has been spoken in truth is already so, and so it is.
Surely the presence of the One is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the One is in this place. Surely the presence of the One is in this place.
Good morning, everyone. It's been so long since I've seen you from this perspective. How are you doing? I missed you guys too. All right, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sienna, and I'll be your celebration host for today. I just want to say, on behalf of our entire community, welcome to Unity of San Antonio, and we're so glad that you're here. Unity of San Antonio is a spiritual community that's rooted in love, inclusion, and growth. I also want to do a quick shout out, Happy Pride, to those who celebrate this month. We draw wisdom from many traditions and offer practical tools for living, ways of thinking and being that can bring more peace, clarity, and joy into your everyday life. At the heart of everything we do is a simple but profound belief that each of us is a unique expression of the divine and that we are here to support one another in discovering and living from that truth. Whoever you are and wherever you are in your journey, you are welcome here. I just want to do a quick shout out for our band here. We have some beautiful music every week and they show up and show out. So we have Theresa on drums. We have Mike on the lead guitar. We have DK Katakalos on the bass. And we have Ricky on the keys. All right, so if this is your first time here, could you please and thank you raise your hand so that our community can acknowledge you? Welcome in. If this is your second or third time here, will you raise your hand so that we can celebrate your return? Just also want to say we really are very happy, no matter if it's your 100th time, your 10th time, your 1,000th time here, we celebrate you, and the people within these walls are what make this community like a family here. So thank you all. For those of you newcomers, I want to say that there is a seat pocket in front of you, and you'll find a black envelope that says, "This is for you." Inside, you'll find a little information about Unity of San Antonio and a short welcome form. If you'd like to stay connected and hear about what's happening in our community, just fill it out and either place it in the offering basket later in the service, or you can hand it to an usher on your way out. So we typically send 1, maybe 2 e-blasts a month, and we will never share your email address with anybody ever. If this is your first time with us, feel free to pick up a free copy of Daily Word. It's basically a bunch of little golden nuggets that you can follow every day, flip a page and see something insightful that might say something and make you feel heard or seen. You can get that from one of our welcome team members, and as you leave, it's a Unity booklet. It offers daily affirmative messages, spiritual teachings, and it's just a little gift to you for coming and seeing us, checking us out. All right, I'd like to welcome Gloria, Shelby, and Tonda. They have some very special announcements.
Good morning. For those of you I haven't met yet, I am Tonda Salih. I'm one of the newest board members. And I'm here to remind you of our upcoming community town hall. It'll be on July 5th at 12:45 here in the sanctuary. Many of you received an email from Reverend Nina and the board, and it should have been sent on June 1st, and it describes why this meeting is so important. Postcards, I understand, were also sent out on Friday, so you should be receiving those soon. As our community continues to grow, we love this. We are also facing some significant facility and financial decisions. The board has been researching and our options, and now we want to hear from you. So the town hall is very important, and it's an opportunity to learn more, ask questions, and share your thoughts, and help us determine a path that honors our past while building boldly toward our future. So if you haven't already, please, please, please RSVP, whether it's yes or no. We need to get a good head count. You can use the link in the email, or you can contact Kelly in the office. And as an added bonus, we also have our newcomers potluck that day. So whether you're new or you have been here for years, we hope you'll stay and have some delicious food and connect with one another and join us for this truly important conversation. So thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you there.
Good morning, Unity. We are seeking a few volunteers to support Unity. First one would be a volunteer alarm responder. So if you live close by, you would be perfect for this opportunity. It's just a trusted member that can serve after hours. So if the alarm does go off here, y'all can kind of show up and see if we need to call first responders or anything like that. The second volunteer would be our deposit team volunteer. This one is really flexible with scheduling, but it is once a week, and it just helps count and process weekly deposits as a part of a two-person team. So scheduling, again, is flexible, and if any of you are interested, please find me after service. Thank you so much.
We're so excited to introduce our brand new Connection Crew, officially launching today. Our mission is simple: to make sure that every person who walks through our doors feels the warmth of this community from the moment they arrive. If you're here for the first time today, please know, the beautiful girl over there, the blonde, that we are so welcome, and we just want to invite you to our family, like 10 out of 10 times. If you do see that new face this morning, our Connection Crew would love to help you, all of us, help them feel at home with a smile, a hello, an invitation to join for a cup of cafecito, anything you have to offer, any of the newcomers. Together we can turn the first visits into lasting friendships. So if you are new with us today, the Connection Crew is me today. I will meet you at the door, walk you over, give you a baby tour. We have some goodies just for you, and thank you.
I'm sorry to each and every one of you. I'm so short. Y'all had to crouch down. All right, those are all some very rich opportunities to contribute to our community here, to make us feel closer, to make us feel safe. There's so many ways to show up for us. So if anything calls to you, I encourage you to contact one of us, and we're happy to walk the path with you. I want to briefly highlight some events that are coming up. So these are opportunities to connect, to grow, and to serve as well. If you'd like to nourish your inner life, we have some wonderful offerings. So we have a Course in Miracles study group. We have our pre-service Sunday meditation. Or you can join one of our Sangha circles, the Joe Dispenza meditation group, or our midweek interlude service, where you can restore yourself with guided meditations. It's going to be on the first and second Wednesdays. Singing bowls will be on the third Wednesdays, or a drum circle on the fourth Wednesday. Sounds like something's going on every Wednesday, so that's a safe bet right there, right? So next Sunday, we are going to have a guest speaker. It's going to be Joni Lorraine, and they'll be offering a workshop called Stories of the Next Frame, a Listening Circle. Come to our Friday movie night on July 3rd, featuring the Pixar movie Soul. Oh my gosh. I am an animation nerd, and Soul is one of the best ones out there, and it really aligns with what we teach here. So I highly encourage y'all to come over, bring some comfy clothes, and just connect and watch a movie and cry a little bit together. Am I right? I don't know. I cried enough yesterday, so. This movie, it asks you this question. It's what makes you, you? It's kind of one of those things where you follow your dreams and you get to the mountaintop somewhere, and it's okay, what next? It's a really good interpretation of that. So if you want to see a perspective on that, highly recommend you take that up. Like I said before, it's going to make you laugh, it's going to make you cry, It's going to make you look at your life in a whole new way. If what you're craving is connection, we'd love for you to find your people, whether it's with WUSA or our women's group, the Men of Unity group, or our Zoom healing circle. If you're feeling called to give back, feel free to join one of our volunteer teams, where you'll find that serving and connecting have a way of happening at the same time. Or our Earth Care team would love to have you join one of our many, many activities. For all the details, including dates, times, registration, visit our website, download our app. Everything you need is gonna be there. That's gonna be your compass. So you can also grab a paper calendar in the vestibule in the community center if you're not much of a tech person. So as you came in this morning, you were offered a red, yellow, or green sticker to wear. This is gonna be our friendly, low-tech way of honoring each other's different comfort levels, because we are a wonderfully varied bunch. You'll see the sticker guide on the screen behind me. Oh, it's so cute. Yeah. Simply choose the welcome that feels right for you. So before you lean in for a hug or extend a hand, take a quick peek at sticker colors and honor one another with the kind of greeting that feels just right. This is how we encourage diversity in our community, to respect every walk of life, every boundary. Make a point of saying hello to someone that's new to you, and feel free to stand and greet one another. Also, I wear this button. My friend Frida made this button, and I love this button, okay? My button's green. I'm not sure if everyone's button is green that wears this button, so feel free to ask first, all right? All right, I'll stop coming between you and your hugs. All right, feel free to stand and greet one another.
must be higher love down in the heart or hidden in the stars above. Without it, life is wasted time. Look inside your heart and I'll look inside mine. Things look so bad everywhere in this whole world. What is fair? We walk the line, try to see, falling behind what could be. Bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. Where's that higher love I keep thinking of? Worlds are turning and we're just hanging on, facing our fear and standing out there alone. A yearning, and it's real to me. There must be someone who is feeling for me. Things look so bad everywhere in this whole world. What is fair? We walk the line and try to see, falling behind what could be. Oh, oh, bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. Where's that higher love I've been thinking of? Bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. Where's that higher love I've been thinking of? Bring me a higher love. 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 Where's that higher love I've been thinking of?
Woo! Let's hear it for our band and our choir one more time. Gotta shout out Sally, gotta shout out Baby Lynn, gotta shout out Vicky. Oh my goodness, I don't know about you guys, but when I hear something, when I hear the harmonies really kick in, I get that stank face, you know? It's like the highest compliment. All right, so we gather here for many reasons, but at the heart of it all is our purpose statement. All that we do, our programs, our Sunday mornings, our various ministries are all inspired by this. And so every Sunday we speak it aloud together as both a reminder and an affirmation. Would you join me? Through the pursuit of truth in both the seen and the unseen, we are a catalyst for fostering a loving and authentic spiritual community rooted in belonging, acceptance, and peace. Prayer is one of the most powerful ways that we participate in our own spiritual growth. At Unity, we pray by affirming truth, holding the highest possibility for your life as already present, already alive within you. We are blessed to have two of our prayer chaplains with us today, already holding sacred space for this entire service. Would you both please stand so that folks will know who to look for? Do you guys feel that? If you would like support in holding that vision, you're in the right place. You'll find a prayer card in the seat back in front of you. Just fill it out and place it in the offering basket later in the service. You can also meet with the prayer chaplain after service or submit an online prayer request through the prayer link on our website. Everything shared is held in complete confidence. Unity of San Antonio thrives because of you, and if you'd like to make a donation today, giving options will appear on the screen behind me. And if you're interested in our program of regular or recurring giving, Kelly in the administrative office would love to hear from you. Thank you for your generosity. It is together that we co-create this community. I invite you now to prayerfully open to the flow of substance in you, through you, and as you. Unity Minister Eric Butterworth wrote that we should build on the awareness of ever-present substance and expand your faith in the stability of your own inner wholeness. Let that truth settle in for just a moment. And from that place of inner abundance, let us bless our offerings together. I am a living expression of divine abundance. As I give from the fullness of my time, talent, and treasure, I open wide the channels of infinite prosperity. And so it is.
Good morning. Y'all are awake. You're loving this weather? It kind of cooled down a little bit, even though it kind of got more humid, but it kind of cooled down at the same time. I worked in my yard all day yesterday, hauling dirt and putting edging in and putting beds in, and it was so much fun. And the day kind of kept getting warmer and cooler and warmer and cooler as the day went on. So it was lovely, lovely, lovely. I was so happy. So anyway, good morning. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Reverend Nina Clark, and I am the minister here at Unity of San Antonio. And it is my delight and deep pleasure to welcome each and every one of you here this morning. I am so glad to see you here. So Let There Be Peace on Earth is a song that is popular among Unity churches, and we often sing it to close the service. One of the lines is, "Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me." And we repeat that several times. Let it begin with me. Here within the walls and hearts of this expressing divine idea that we call Unity of San Antonio, we believe in and practice radical welcome. And I believe that radical welcome plays a big part in creating peace on earth. When we practice radical welcome, we chip away at those boundaries that society erects between us and those that we erect between each other. And so by daring to meet the eye of a stranger, by daring to meet the eye of someone different from us, and being willing to see them as God manifest, we are practicing radical welcome. I see you. We are expressions of the same divine ground of all being. I see you. Welcome. So will you do that now? Let's be bold and daring. Find the eye of someone that you typically don't make eye contact with and say, "I see you. Welcome." So welcome to Unity of San Antonio. You are welcome here. And it is with loving hearts that we announce that our beloved Don Gentz has moved beyond our sight. Don was a treasured member of our community, and his presence among us was a true gift. And we invite all who knew and loved him to join us in celebrating his life and honoring the light that he brought to this world. The celebration of life will be held here at Unity of San Antonio on Saturday, August 1st at 3 p.m. All are welcome. Come remember, share, and celebrate a life beautifully lived. And now I'd like to introduce our very special guest speaker. Jordan Vereen is a creative soul and spiritual guide whose life and ministry are a dedicated outpouring of divine love in action. Her path has been beautifully diverse, from veterinary technician in the U.S. Army to frontline work with at-risk populations, to earning both a bachelor and master's in social work. And all of it has shaped a deep metaphysical practice centered on divine love, acceptance, and equity. Currently on Unity's pre-ministerial path towards ordination, Jordan serves our community as a prayer chaplain and youth and family ministry teacher. Anchored in truth, integrity, and grace, she helps individuals and communities move beyond personal will and awaken to the immediate activity of spirit. Please join me in welcoming Jordan.
Oh, okay, I'm up here. I did it. I'm done now, thanks, okay. Oh. Well, hello, and thank you. It is truly a blessing to be here with my Unity family today. If you see my legs shaking, just breathe for me, okay? So, over the past few weeks, Reverend Nina has been expanding on the 12 powers, or as I like to call them, the 12 disciplines. The innate abilities resting within each of us that help us to realize our oneness with the divine, God, Source, the underlying essence that flows through all of existence. For those of us who take notes and like order, or for those of us who are just really invested in the series, with each power, she has been giving a character to go along with it. So don't worry, you'll still get your character for the last two. So, I'm gonna ask a question, and just to give you guys some background, I grew up in a Baptist church, so I'm gonna need you to talk to me, okay? Okay. So, what comes to mind when you hear the word power? Strength, okay. God, okay. Absolute. You guys have some great answers, okay. Anybody else? Sovereign, thank you. Fabulous, fantastic answers, thank you. You guys are on a roll. So for me, when I think of power, I can't help but think of Genie from Aladdin. Phenomenal cosmic power, itty bitty living space. Or Jafar, right before he gets, well, after he turns into a genie. The universe is mine to command, to control, and then he gets sucked into the lamp. So for a lot of people, not us here, we're on it, but for a lot of people, when we think of the word power, we think of the ability to plug a plug or to flip a switch, the ability to control outcomes, right? So my next question, what comes to mind when you think of the word discipline? Ooh, that was a deep sigh. Yeah, I feel that. Rigid. What we need most, okay. Commitment, okay. Punishment, yeah. Consistency, regulation. You guys are on a roll. What'd you say? Willpower. I heard somebody else. Strength, yeah. When I think of the word discipline, kind of with the gentleman back there, I think of basic training. Stripping away every creature comfort that we are so used to. Our time, our individuality, our freedom. our sleep, our phones, our choices. Every moment is intentional. Every second, they are building an external structure, an external scaffolding around us. And as we continue to walk through those moments, that external scaffolding becomes a structure that sinks within us and becomes the very backbone of our existence. That sense of order, that sense of intention, that learning, that growing, the consequences. The Latin origin or etymology for the word discipline means learning, teaching, knowledge. Discipline is a consistent devotion to the truth. It shares its root with the word disciple, which means one who follows another for the purpose of learning. In our personal practice, a discipline is the active decision to follow the teacher within, as opposed to the world or ego. It's training the mind to stay anchored in a high vibrational frequency, regardless of the appearance of surrounding storms or circumstances. And while a power can sit unused, a discipline must be practiced. The Surrender Experiment by Michael Singer says, let go of self and allow what's meant to be, to be. So today I'm going to be talking about the disciplines of release and life. Biologically and energetically, we experience release in the base of your spine or your root center, the center of our physical and energetic elimination. And just as the body eliminates waste to survive, our souls must cast off the thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve our highest purpose, that no longer serve our growth. Without the power of release, our consciousness, like our bodies, become congested. We can't receive the new because we're still holding on to the old decayed remnants of the old. When Jesus speaks of the narrow door in Matthew 7:13-14, he isn't talking about a rigid set of rules or guidelines. He is talking about a pathway that is so narrow, that is so focused, that we can't make it through with the baggage of our ego, with the baggage of our past, with the baggage of resentment, with the baggage of the need to be right. To access the kingdom within, we must be willing to let go of the world without. In Aramaic, the root word shuach means to release, to forgive, to allow. It tells us that releasing is the act of making space. A Course in Miracles tells us that your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. Release. And just as the snake sheds or releases its outgrown skin, we too must crawl out of our old restrictive patterns and layers and habits and thought processes. Life, on the other hand, is experienced through the reproductive organs or the sacral center. It's the energetic and physical center of vitality. While release is the act of elimination, life is the act of arising. It's a continuous pulsating yes of the divine moving through each and every one of us. When Jesus says in John 10:10, I have come that they might have life and have it more abundantly, he isn't talking about mere biological survival. He is talking about thriving, a state of consciousness that is so vibrant that it overflows from every aspect of our being. In Aramaic, the word for life is kai, and it shares its root word with the words for becoming or restoration. It's an energetic process that involves movement that is both circular and upward, arising. Just as the sun doesn't struggle to shine, it just simply shines because it's its nature. We too must allow the divine to radiate from every aspect of our being. The spirit of truth restoring every cell and every idea to its original form of perfection. And for a lot of us, I'm going to be honest, we may hear the word perfection and think, oh my gosh, that's a really high bar. I can't. That's unattainable. It's not realistic. But I promise you it is. The etymology of the word perfect actually comes from the Latin word perfectus, which means full, complete, not lacking for anything. I'm going to let you marinate on that. We live in a world obsessed with more. We are conditioned to believe that life is all about accumulation. More degrees, more money, more power, more shoes, more followers, more add whatever your thing is, right? We fear the idea of letting go. When we lose a job or we lose a relationship, we see it as a loss. We see it as a setback. We see it as a failure. But in reality, the path of the divine isn't a ladder that we climb by adding more rungs. No, it is an inward excavation, clearing away at the debris covering our perfect divine self. For years, I practiced a closed fist policy. I believed, truly, that if I held on for dear life to my friends, my relationships, my job, my identity, that I could keep it, I can control it, I could prevent the process of death and life, death and rebirth. But I realized that while a closed fist can protect what's inside, it can never receive anything new. So I decided to try something different, an open hand policy. And if you know me, you probably heard me talk about this before. But this is the radical trust that what is for me is for me. And there is nothing that anyone else can do to change that. And what's not meant for me, no matter how tightly I hold on, it will never be mine. If a person or an opportunity sits in the palm of my open hand, it's there by choice, by resonance, not by force. When I release the need to control, I inherit the freedom of life. Like everything in existence, the disciplines function on a spectrum. They express themselves in different frequencies depending on whether we're operating from divinity, thriving, or ego, surviving. When we look at the faculty of release, I think about the difference between a sinking ship and a hot air balloon. At its low frequency expression, release is cluttered, it's reactive, it's fragmented. Like a sinking ship, the crew throwing out everything they could possibly find, hoping that they can make the ship stay up just a little bit longer, hoping to be rescued. In our modern culture, we often use letting go as a mask for low frequency avoiding, like ghosting or no contact as a weapon. Rooted in fear, judgment, and punishment, we believe the other person has the power to harm our peace. So we attempt to manage the world without in order to protect the world within. With the discipline of release, we aren't pushing the other person away. We're releasing our hold of that person or the version of ourselves that we are when we're with that person that causes us harm. The high frequency expression of release is graceful renunciation. It's the conscious, elegant shedding of weight that allows us to arise. Like the start of a journey in a hot air balloon, intentionally releasing the weights so that we can rise. It's making space for the sacred. It's saying, I see you, I love you, I bless your journey, and I am shifting to a frequency that no longer resonates with this interaction. When we practice graceful release, we're effectively saying, I love you, exactly where and as you are. And I love the divine in me enough to no longer join you there. In its low frequency, life expresses as frantic, chaotic overactivity. The ego trying to force progress, hustling to feel worthy, staying busy to avoid stillness or ourselves. Like a wildfire, incredibly busy, fast-moving and intense, fueled by anxiety and scarcity. It must constantly consume more wood, more debris, more space just to stay alive. It destroys its environment to sustain its own frantic identity, mimicking vitality through destructive heat and blinding smoke. And while a wildfire serves a purpose in clearing out dead, decaying debris, and opening up the canopy so that the light can come in, it's not a sustainable state of being. In its high frequency, life is pure vitality and radiance, steady, effortless, life-giving. And like the sun, it doesn't hustle to prove its worth. It simply arises and shines every day. It doesn't consume the earth to warm it. It merely presents. It co-creates growth. It gently awakens everything that it touches. It's the ultimate expression of abundance, giving freely of itself without ever being diminished. About a year or so ago, I was invited to float the river in New Braunfels, and I'm a water baby, so it was like a no-brainer. Yes, let's do this. I'd never done it before, and thankfully the person that I was with was super experienced, and so they told me, listen, just bring your swimwear, a bottle of water, and some snacks. Okay, great, I can do that. So I show up, and I'm completely floored to see this multitudes of people at this river with the same idea that we have, to go on this 2 to 3 hour adventure today. And the people were in various states of preparedness. There were some people with these like fully loaded inner tubes, and some people with their coolers and their speakers and their dogs and their umbrellas and their sunscreen, and some people wishing they had brought sunscreen, because it's a long ride. And yeah. And so we get into the river amongst the masses, and I climb into my inner tube, and I got my watermelon, and I got my water, and I'm ready, and I pull my wrap over me, and I lay down, and I close my eyes, and I just let go. I had no clue where the river was going to take me. I had no clue what to expect. I didn't even research it. I'm a big researcher. I climbed into my inner tube, and I fully trusted the process. I let go. I drifted with the ebb and flow, and there were some people playing in the sides, and there were some people capsizing and laughing and splashing, and everything, every aspect of life that you could experience, we experienced on that river. And I remember at one moment, we're floating away, and my eyes are closed, and it's great, and all of a sudden we stopped. And I was like, oh, are we done? And I climb out to pull over my wrap, and I am covered in dead leaves and spiders and branches. And normally I would have completely freaked out, but for some reason it was just like, oh, okay, this is happening. All right. And I look over, and my partner's like trying to paddle away, and somehow we had floated onto the side out of the current. And even in that moment, it was just like, okay, here, yeah, we're here, all right. And so another group floats by, and they calmly ask, hey, do you need some help? Oh, yeah, sure. They grab my partner's inner tube, pull us back into the current, and then back away we go. And through it all, I never felt stuck or afraid. I simply knew that this was all part of the river process, part of the experience. I laid on that inner tube in complete peace and joy, accepting every experience as if I had chosen it for myself. And sitting with myself, admiring the beauty of the sky and the trees as they stretched across the river and the birds. And I spent that time not looking forwards or backwards, but looking up. And I realized that that river experience was the perfect example of the ebb and flow of release and life. I surely could have chosen to hold on to the river's edge for dear life, refusing to go anywhere. I could have chosen to sit with my little paddle and try to direct the current and where we were going, and thinking I knew what was best, even though I had no clue. But instead, I chose to just be and allow myself to go with the flow of the river. My role in the universal plan was to show up in love, prepared for the adventure. That was it. I recognize that life isn't about solitude, but about servitude. So many on this journey feel like the higher we go, the further we get from the rest of humanity. Like we're on this mighty pedestal looking down at everybody else, as if the only way to protect our peace is to isolate ourselves, to set ourselves apart. But to truly be set apart doesn't mean to be placed to the side like a fragile heirloom locked in a glass case, too holy to be touched. To be set apart means to be dedicated to the specific divine purpose, to be consecrated for use. We see this same flow in the Matrix. In this movie, the world people accept as real is actually a digital simulation called The Matrix, a dream world designed to keep humanity asleep. Sound kind of familiar? In a collective ego dream, while a group of unplugged renegades is working to wake up those who are ready for the truth. Enter our unlikely hero, Thomas Anderson. By day, a cubicle worker living a programmed life. By night, a hacker named Neo, meaning new man, or young in Greek. The renegades seek him out as the one, the new man who is supposed to dismantle the illusion. But before Neo can step into his power, he must master the discipline of release. He must unplug, literally disconnecting his mind from the artificial world to shed the heavy baggage and the identity that he thought was his life. When he accepts the red pill, he's choosing the narrow door. He has to release his belief in the sense or material world to discover the truth of the code, the underlying spiritual blueprint of the divine. But release is only half of the battle. Once he is unplugged and awake in the true world, he has to embrace the discipline of life. There's an iconic moment when Neo goes to see the Oracle in hopes of learning whether he is the one. Entering her apartment, he sees other gifted beings there, one of which is a little boy wearing a set of Buddhist monastic robes. We see him gently holding a spoon as it defies gravity, dancing and twirling in the boy's hand. And of course, Neo sees this and inquires about it. And the boy simply tells him, "Don't try and bend the spoon. That is impossible. Instead, only try to realize the truth. There is no spoon. It is not the spoon that bends, but yourself." Teaching Neo that physical objects around him are merely reflections of his mind. Then to the iconic rooftop battle scene where Neo is face to face with an agent, the autonomous enforcer designed by the machines to police the simulations, to suppress the human resistance and eliminate any rogue code that may go against the status quo. The agent draws his weapon at nearly point-blank range and fires. It's in this moment that Neo realizes that he is the very activity of the divine and begins to rewrite the rules of the Matrix. Time slows to a crawl as he leans radically backwards, defying gravity as the bullets pass just inches above his body. And though he isn't fast enough to dodge them all, he gets hit by a bullet and it knocks out his concentration and he falls to the ground. But it's in that moment that he chooses to fully step into his identity as the one. In our final iconic hotel scene, Neo is shot point blank by an agent and seemingly dies. But love restarts his heart and allows him to arise. The three agents, astounded, unleash a frantic, desperate wall of gunfire down this narrow walkway. And instead of scrambling or dodging or running, Neo undergoes a complete internal shift. He stops trying to manipulate or combat the external reality of the Matrix because he finally realizes that the world without has no power over the world within. He is no longer reacting to the world, but commanding it from the very center of his being. He raises one single hand, and the bullets come to a stop, hanging suspended in midair right in front of him. He becomes so vibrant and attuned to the truth that the material container of the Matrix can no longer hold him. Like Neo, when we practice the discipline of life, we aren't just living in this world. We are the very activity of the divine expressing itself as love, as joy, as peace. Now for a bonus, the movie also shows us the character Cypher, named from the Arabic word meaning zero, nothing, or empty. Cypher is someone who woke up to the truth and found the truth to be empty. And so in our last famous scene, Cypher is sitting at this fancy upscale restaurant. There's string music playing in the background, candle lit, and it's in the Matrix, and it's a secret meeting with an agent, and he is planning to betray his crew members. And in the scene, Cypher cuts into this thick, juicy steak, and he holds it up to his face, admiring it on the fork. And he says, "You know, This steak doesn't exist. I know that when I put this steak in my mouth, the matrix is telling my brain that this is a juicy, delicious steak. But you know, after 9 years, something I've learned, ignorance is bliss. He puts the juicy steak in his mouth, and that's the end of the scene. Cypher represents the empty nature of ego inside of all of us. That part of us that just wants the juicy steak, even though we know it's not what's best for us. We know it's not for our good, our highest good, but it feels good to our senses. It's the decayed remnant of the old that we're afraid to let go of. Cypher looked at the narrow door and saw nothing, so he turned back to the illusion. Neo looked at that same narrow door and saw the code of abundant life. So I challenge you to ask yourself today, am I open and receptive to the flow of life? What edges am I holding on to? What support systems do I have in place to help me pull me out of the dead leaves and back into the current? What Cypher moments am I currently experiencing? As we transition from these words into the living silence of meditation, I invite you to take a moment to just anchor ourselves. If you're comfortable, I invite you to place your right hand over your heart and allow your eyes to close or your gaze to lower. I would like to take a moment to just have a collective breath. But before that, just noticing the gentle rise and fall of your own breath. Allowing yourself to be fully present. Releasing any movement or busyness from this week prior. And settling fully into this moment right now. As we begin to sync our minds and our hearts, we're going to take 3 gentle 3-second box breaths. We'll inhale for 3, hold for 3, exhale for 3, and hold again for 3. I invite you to begin by releasing all of the air from your lungs, emptying completely. Now inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Allowing your breath to return to its own natural rhythm, keeping your awareness resting gently under your hand. Feeling the unified pulse of this room. No longer separate minds seeking alignment, but a single, coordinated field of awareness, anchored in truth and overflowing in love. I invite you to take this moment to take a deep breath. And as you exhale, I invite you to visualize yourself standing next to a beautiful, serene river. With every inhale, breathing in your surroundings, taking a moment to notice any sights, sounds, smells, any feelings that you may be feeling within your body. Allowing yourself to be fully present at the river's edge. I invite you to take a moment to notice your body. Is your jaw, your shoulders, your hands, are they clenched and tight? Are they open and relaxed? taking a moment to notice your mind. Is it hot and busy like the Texas sun? Or is it cool and receptive like the river? And now taking a moment to recognize what you brought with you in preparation for your trip. Do you have a backpack or a cooler full of unnecessary baggage? Or are you light and ready for the adventure ahead? As you take a moment to take an inventory of what you brought with you, when you're ready, I invite you to take a deep breath and prepare to get into the inner tube that awaits you. And as you step into the river and into the inner tube, leaving behind all of the baggage that no longer serves you, simply letting it go. As you step into the inner tube, preparing for this next phase of your journey, pushing off into the very center of the stream where the current is most steady. Allowing yourself to flow freely, feeling your body relax into the inner tube. The sun shining on your face. The lightness as you float across the water effortlessly. I invite you to take a few deep breaths to just breathe in this moment of joy and peace, love and light. Allowing these words to settle within you. I release all thoughts of lack, limitation, and separation. I release the heavy baggage of who I thought I had to be. I allow space for the divine to flow freely within me. I am the abundance of life in action. With every inhale, breathing in these divine truths, allowing them to radiate through every cell and every system, bringing life into the very essence of your being. And with every exhale, allowing these truths to radiate outward into the world around you. That your every thought, your every word, your every action radiates in divine love and life. Grateful for this opportunity to be fully open and receptive. I invite you to continue to allow your spirit to flow freely on this river journey. And when you're ready, to bring your awareness back to this shared space. Bringing with you all that you've received on this journey. I invite you to take a deep breath. And when you're ready, opening your eyes to the truth of knowing who you are.
hear something long enough, you start to believe it. Get broken hard enough, it's so hard to heal it. You told me I was wrong and I started to believe it. Ooh, for a moment I'd forgotten who I am. Now I'm rolling back the dark again, starting to see me in a new light. Watch all the shadows fall behind me till I'm out of sight. I keep on walking till I'm someone you won't recognize, starting to see me in a new light. No pain, no gain, you hurt and you think that it's worth it. Stuck in that bubble and you don't want to burst it. Your head thinks you found love, but your heart's still searching. Ooh, and I feel like I've forgotten who I am. The me before you and I began, starting to see me in a new light. Watch all the shadows fall behind me till I'm out of sight. I keep on walking till I'm someone you won't recognize, starting to see me in a new light. I keep on walking till I'm someone you won't recognize, starting to see me in a new light. Starting to see me in a new light.
Ooh. Yeah, we might be sharing a brain cell or something, Jordan, because if y'all felt seen by that message, please raise your hand. Please look at this room, Jordan. This is your voice. This is what it did here. You know, I've been taking a personal inventory for quite a bit lately, and I realize that my approach in life has been with a closed fist. And raise your hand if y'all agree that it feels like this giant mirror just showed up in the room when her voice filled it. How often do you feel like you have to let your fear, your crave for the control of the outcome, that closed fist approach to let your flesh feel alive? You know, that's a question that's worth reflecting on. When we think of letting go, what are we letting go in order to rise, in order to look up instead of letting depression focus on the past and letting anxiety focus on the future? Who do we have to be to feel that, you know? And she simply just said, we just have to be on our floaty. And hey, you don't have to have someone else control your outcome to be put on the right path, to follow that flow. It's like the word sinning. It's you miss the mark, and you repent by trying again, by realigning, you know. What I'm hearing here is your challenges do not need to be easy in order to experience ease. Jordan, can you stand one more time so we could celebrate the gift that you gave this community today? She dropped a lot of gems in this talk, and thank God we record these. So I'm gonna rewatch this, okay? In closing of today's service, please join us in saying our community blessing and our prayer for protection, followed by a closing prayer and song. Please stand if you're able, and let's say this together. To those of y'all who've come here so many times and can say it off the top of your head, I welcome you to close your eyes and imagine these words coming to play in your heart. All right. Beloved friends, I see your divine light. I see your open heart. I see your life transforming. I celebrate your divine identity as you radiate your life in the world. And our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. And where we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you.
Whew. I just want to, I'm feeling a little full of heart because it is this community that allows these beautiful souls to grow and to nurture and to find their spiritual voices, their spiritual paths. So I want you all to take that moment to acknowledge what we do collectively. We're attracting some beautiful young people to our community, and they are shining. So we're all a part of this day. Thank you. And so if you would, just one more time, close your eyes, place your attention on your feet. And I love that idea that the connection of our feet with the earth can serve as a reminder, always, no matter where we are, of our firm and deep and profound knowing of our connection with the oneness of all of life. And whatever gift you've received from being in this community this morning, and I'm sure there are many from that talk today, even if you're not aware of what it might be, I invite you to give it space. Allow it to take root in you. And give yourself full permission to really feel and experience your divine identity as love, as power, as wisdom, as peace, as joy, as harmony, and as Yeshua ben Joseph said, indeed the light of the world. And I invite you to carry that light that you are out into the world and let yourself shine. Because you matter. Each one of you matters. And you make a difference. So let's let it be one of love, shall we? And if this resonates with you at all, please join me in saying, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Reverend Nina. Before we part ways, just want to say thank you to our Sunday morning team. We have our youth ministry and hospitality just across the parking lot, our AV team, ushers, prayer chaplains. Thank you so much, Sienna, for being celebration host today. And Jordan, thank you so much for your message today. You took us to church and then sent us down the river. And I think that all of us are in that together, and it was a beautiful, beautiful message. Thank you so much. And then I want to say thank you, of course, to our singers and our musicians. But thank you to each one of you that is here today and came on this journey with us this morning. You got up and you showed up and you're sharing your presence and your smiles and your joy. And it means a lot to everybody, and especially me. I missed all y'all. I missed you a lot. So it's good to see your faces again. So let's close together with a song.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party, he invited everyone you knew. You would see the biggest gift would be from me. would say, thank you for being a friend. And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be for me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend.
Have a great week, everybody.